What up? This video. So this is my 5th day digital detox. Yes, I know I'm posting videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm not watching any shit. What's it, the 36th day of No Excuses 2024, the year of the warrior. What are you doing today to make yourself unreasonable and remarkable? Right? What are you doing today to change from yesterday? Right? I don't just mean the day before, yesteryear, right? Like what do you need to do in order to make yourself happy, in order to make yourself comfortable? You know, I say it a lot. Look in the mirror. Do you like the person that's staring back at you? You know, I know for me, I did not. Even though I'm a handsome devil, I did not like the person that was staring back at me through the mirror, you know? And a lot of times I'd be looking myself in the eye and I felt like my reflection was gonna freaking choke me out, you know? I was disgusted with myself. I was disgusted with my weight. I was disgusted that I couldn't freaking jog up a hill. You know, I didn't take any steps towards fixing that though, you know, because it became comfortable to eat whatever I wanted to. It became comfortable to sit on my ass, right? It became comfortable to not work and to sell drugs to drug addicts, right? It became comfortable to put my hands on people. It became comfortable to disrespect my girl or whoever was in my life at the time, right? It became comfortable to disrespect my family. You know, I blame them for a lot of what I was doing. You know, even though I was on my own since I was pretty damn young, basically, you know, 13 years old. I mean, yeah, I still stayed at my mom's house, but my mom's house was a shooting gallery, a crack fucking den. You know, next to my bedroom was another bedroom where prostitution would go down on the, you know, on the daily, many times a day. You know, ODs in my house. My little brother, whose birthday was yesterday, you know, sitting in the crib downstairs while people are smoking crack and shooting heroin and smoking cigarettes, starving. You know, he was hungry. I mean, sure, yeah, I mean, so I was on my own, you know, I was there to raise myself, and the influences that I had weren't all that positive, you know. Today I seek out positive influences, you know. I mean, I don't know any of these people, but I know these people. David Goggins talks about being 300 pounds and making freaking $1,200 a month and, you know, being unhappy, unhealthy, and alone. You know, at first, when I first started partying, drinking, drugging, you know, I mean, yeah, sure, it was an escape from my home life and this and that, right? But it was fun. It was fun in the early days, you know, it really was. It was fun. I had a good time. It definitely masked the pain that I was having inside of me. It definitely masked the problems that I had. You know, it didn't get rid of them. It didn't change them. It just pushed them down deeper so I didn't have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis, you know. And then years later, the people I loved and cared about in my life, you know, first with girlfriends and friends, you know, they suffered for that shit. They suffered for my lack of action, you know, my inaction. You know, they suffered for my bad attitude, you know, from my bruised soul and lack of spirituality and any sort of fortitude to move forward, you know. I wore those injuries, I wore the abuse, I wore it all like a badge of honor. And really it was a participation trophy, you know. I don't want a participation trophy today, you know. I don't want a badge of any sort. I want to prove to myself my worth, what I can do on a day-to-day basis to stay away from the shit I used to do. You know, I'm no longer that person, you know. I wake up in the morning, I look myself in the mirror, and I'm like, it's a handsome devil right there, you know. Well, shit, maybe I should change it. It's a handsome angel right there, you know. And I think to myself, what am I going to do today to avoid my yesterdays, right? And, you know, I mean, yesterday, you know, many yesterdays ago. You know, but still, I fall into being a fucking asshole. I fall into freaking taking my will back, right? But I make sure I do the right things early in the day so that I'm less likely to falter and step back into that misery, right? I mean, I remember when my daughter was in preschool. I can talk about this now, but you know, I never wanted to talk about it before. But I was hooked. I was hooked on pills. I was hooked on heroin, right? And I'd go drop my daughter off at preschool, and I remember standing there, you know, waiting to like put her lunch down and all that. And all these people, like, and they're all talking and having a great time, you know, talking with the teachers and, you know, listening to how great their kid's doing. And you know, my shit was all superficial. Like, I was like, yeah, oh yeah, this is great. But in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go to fucking Lawrence. You know what I mean? It's right around the corner. You know what I mean? I gotta go to my father-in-law's because they were doling out my pills, right? Because I was pretending that I was trying to stay on, you know, stay away from it, right? But meanwhile, you know, I'd get my daily dose and then sniff those up and go get fucking dope. You know, I don't have to do that today. You know, I just remember feeling, well, that was my point. I just remember feeling on my way out of her preschool all the time, you know, and she was, still is, but she was such a little cutie and, you know, she loved her dad, still loves her dad, but, you know, she was, I could do no wrong in her eyes, and all I could feel like is that all I was doing was wrong, doing her wrong, you know? And I remember leaving there one day and being like, I just don't want to be sick. I just want to be normal. I want to be able to go in there and shoot the shit with the teacher and the teacher's aide and laugh and, you know, oh my God, look at her artwork and, you know, give her praises and all that. But I couldn't because I was so miserable. I was so broken. I was just so destitute in myself. You know what I mean? I didn't have, or so I thought. I thought I didn't have what it takes to become a man. You know, I thought what I was doing was being a man, you know, yelling at people, smacking motherfuckers up, you know, hustling people, you know, like Biggie Smalls said, I said in another video, even when I was wrong, I got my point across. You know, that's not being a man. You know, that's being a man-child. It's being a fucking baby. You know, I need my way no matter what, right? Because I was a spoiled fucking brat, you know. I lacked everything. I lacked everything in fortitude inside of me, you know. So I lashed out on everything and everybody. You know, it was the world's fault that I was where I was at. It was the world's fault that I was addicted to drugs, you know. Oh, woe is me, right? Nah, man, that shit was my fault. You know, I watched it in my own fucking house. And I was like, I don't want to be those people. But somewhere in the back of my mind, I did think, like, you know, maybe I do. Or, you know, or I don't know. I don't know what I thought. But, you know, I remember thinking at one point, like, I'm going to do drugs as long as my mom did drugs, right? So she had, like, 26 years doing heroin, coke, and crack and all that. Something like that, you know. Something ridiculous. And I was like, I can do that. And then quit. You know, and then I gave it the old college try for sure. You know, I got 30 years in. A little on and off, but mostly on. And I don't feel like that today. I don't feel like the world owes me, you know what I mean? Even though I feel like I was state raised by Commonwealth of Massachusetts, from welfare to the projects to juvie lockup to adult lockup facilities, you know, forced into programs, domestic violence programs, you know, violent offender programs, AA, NA, you know. I always felt like they still owe me something, you know. I still feel, or I just recently, I started to feel like nobody owes me shit. The only one who owes me anything is me. And what do I want to pay myself off with? Do I want to pay myself off with more misery? Or do I want to pay myself off with like a really good life, you know? A fulfilling life where I'm helping others, you know, because I've helped myself, right? I'm able to not be baffled at the normalcy of society and the world every day, right? The normal things you have to do every day. Get up, brush your teeth, you know, wash your face, you know, clean up the house, do whatever you got to do. Make your kid lunch, drive him to school. You know, like, those are the things that I like to do today, you know. Those were all like, I did them, right? But I didn't like it because I was always like, I got to get what I need for the day, you know. And so I don't live like that today, you know. I don't feel like that today. I can look in the mirror and respect myself today. You know, I can look into the face of my children and respect them today, right? Look into the face of my girlfriend and respect her today. I can even look into the face of my ex-wife and understand why she's my ex. And I don't mean because I don't like her or this and that. Like, there was many factors, you know. It wasn't just her. I got to take responsibility for my side of the street, and that's what I do today. I take responsibility for my side of the street. I don't always like to, you know what I mean? Like being out here when I'm sweaty, like, and it's cold, right? I don't always like to be out here, but I come out here every day because it helps me avoid yesterday, you know, or it helps me build on my yesterday, right? So that my tomorrow will be stronger than I was today. All right, everybody, I love you. Have a great day. And, you know, get out that fake comfort zone and learn to become truly comfortable within so that you can be comfortable with the world outside, you know. What do you want to do today? You know, what are your future plans? You know, do you have aspirations of, you know, I don't know, whatever it is, you know, you want to quit drugs, you want to make your relationships better, your business better, you know, you want to work on the inner you so that you can be a better outer you, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta decide what you're gonna do, right? What do you want to feed today? You want to feed your misery? Or do you want to feed your happiness? I want to feed my happiness. All right, everybody, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day, man. 5th day digital detox. Going all right. Day 36 and no excuses. 2024, the year of the warrior. Peace, everybody. Have a great one.